A series of precision airstrikes, believed to be carried out by Israel, have struck at the very heart of Iran's nuclear program. These rapid, targeted attacks destroyed key research facilities, enriched uranium storage sites, and several command centers linked to nuclear operations. Explosions echoed across the outskirts of Tehran, Isfahan, and Natanz, key cities in Iran's nuclear network. Satellite images and footage from on-the-ground reporters captured thick plumes of black smoke rising into the sky, with flames lighting up the tense Middle Eastern night. Within just hours, regional tensions soared to levels not seen in over a decade. Israel is standing at the brink of a defensive collapse. Each day, its Iron Dome system burns through over $200 million, desperately intercepting Iran's relentless missile barrage. But it's not just money going up in flames. Interceptor stockpiles are nearing exhaustion, leaving deadly gaps in what was once an impenetrable shield. Amid the chaos sweeping across the Middle East, an unprecedented decision has just been made in Washington. The United States is officially entering the war. The Pentagon has mobilized its full war machine, deploying aircraft carriers, stealth bombers, and elite special forces to the Persian Gulf within just hours. That very night, the order to strike was given. The targets: Iran's most fortified uranium fortresses, Fordow, Isfahan, Natanz, facilities buried deep beneath mountains of rock, long defying every international sanction for decades. From this moment on, the Middle East enters a new cycle of hell. Under the code name Midnight Hammer, 125 U.S. fighter jets and B-2 Spirit stealth bombers took off under the cover of darkness. Their payload: GBU-57 bunker buster bombs, the only weapons on Earth capable of destroying deeply buried sites like Fordow. From beneath the sea, U.S. nuclear submarines launched over 30 Tomahawk cruise missiles, simultaneously striking Iran's technical facilities, communication systems, and storage sites for enriched uranium.
Wow.
President Donald Trump declared in a brief address, "Tonight, I announce to the world, the operation was a tremendous success. We have sent a clear message. The United States will never allow Iran to possess nuclear weapons."
Tonight, I can report to the world that the strikes were a spectacular military success. Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Iran, the bully of the Middle East, must now make peace. If they do not, future attacks will be far greater and a lot easier.
Israel has long harbored ambitions to completely eradicate Iran's nuclear program, but in reality, their efforts fell short. The reason is simple, yet unchangeable. Only the United States possesses the weapon capable of breaching the planet's most fortified nuclear bunkers: the GBU-57 MOP, Massive Ordnance Penetrator. This monster bomb weighs over 13 tons, capable of penetrating concrete dozens of meters thick, before detonating inside the target. Even though Israel operates advanced F-35I fighter jets, they cannot deploy the GBU-57 without explicit permission and technical support from the Pentagon. To draw the U.S. in, Israel is accused of launching a dirty intelligence operation, a false flag, staging an attack on the U.S. Embassy in Tel Aviv, then blaming Iran. This scenario ignited outrage among the American public. Once American citizens believe their blood has been spilled because of Iran, a green light to fire becomes inevitable. Less than 2 hours after its strategic nuclear facilities were bombed, Iran made no attempt to hide its intent to strike back. An official statement was released at dawn. From this moment on, the Islamic Republic of Iran officially considers a state of full-scale war
by the ongoing
to have
military
begun.
escalation in the Middle East between Israel and Iran.
Almost immediately,
I
the
reiterate my
Iranian
call for the
Navy moved to
immediate
partially
de-escalation
blockade the
leading
Strait
to a
of Hormuz,
ceasefire. I
a
strongly
vital
appeal
choke
to
point
all
that
to
carries
avoid any further
one-fifth of the world's crude
internationalization of the
oil.
conflict.
Destroyers and
Any
light
additional
submarines
military
began
interventions could have
tactical
enormous
maneuvers,
consequences, not
ready
only
to
for those
launch
involved, but for the
anti-ship
whole region
missiles
and for
the
the
moment
international
U.S.
peace
warships
and
appear
security
on
network.
radar. Global oil prices spiked overnight, sending shockwaves through the world's energy markets. In the skies, Iran flexed its power, shooting down a stealth Hermes 900 drone, and even taking out an F-5I, Israel's pride and joy. The message was clear. Iranian airspace is not a place you bomb and walk away from. Iran's proxy forces are now entering the fight. The Houthis launched attacks on Israel from Yemen. Hezbollah concentrated firepower along the Lebanese border. And Hamas is ready to open a new front in Gaza. Russia responded immediately. President Putin demanded that Israel and the U.S. guarantee the absolute safety of Russian engineers building nuclear reactors in Iran. If not, Moscow warned it would consider any harm to them a direct hostile act. China didn't stay silent. Two electronic surveillance ships, Type 855 and 815, quietly entered the Persian Gulf, intercepting every military signal in the region. It was a silent message. Beijing is watching and ready to act. Meanwhile, the United Nations Security Council held an emergency session overnight. Secretary General Antonio Guterres issued a chilling warning. Even the smallest miscalculation could ignite World War III. The world is running out of time to turn back. Iran has signaled its withdrawal from the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, meaning it can now enrich uranium without limit and openly develop nuclear weapons without international oversight. If the United States continues its airstrikes, if Iran freely develops nuclear weapons, if Russia and China decide to intervene, and if proxy forces erupt across the Middle East, then this fire will no longer be contained. It could explode into a third world war, far more devastating than anything humanity has ever witnessed. The world now faces only two options: an urgent negotiation, accepting bitter compromises, or unlimited escalation, with nuclear consequences so catastrophic that no one will be left alive to witness them. But the burning question still hangs in the smoke-filled sky. Who has the power to stop the one pulling the trigger when every gun is already locked and loaded? And if no one stops that finger in time, then history may never record the names of the survivors. Only the ruins of cities and the ashes of our final rage will remain as witness to humanity's last breath. Does the world still have the reason to stop? Don't miss the intense developments in our upcoming videos.